Hi, this is Karis, and I get to try out the new Tetenal developer tablets today. But before I do that, obviously I need something to develop, so I'm going to go out and shoot a roll of film before it starts raining on me. So we made it in before the rain got us, and we also didn't get eaten by the geese. So I guess it's time to take the film out of the camera. Ta-da! I have something to test out, the Tetenal Parvofin tabs. And I know a lot of people would kill to be in my shoes and have these things to test out, so I'm just the lucky one. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Tablets. So one of the clever things about the system is that there are two tablets, the A and the B tablets, but you really can't get them confused because they are two very different sizes, as you can see here. So what are the advantages of having tablets like this? Well, I have to say that there isn't a huge advantage in price. It's actually probably a small disadvantage if you look at the liter cost. But there are quite a lot of advantages to make up for that. These things have a really, really long shelf life, unlike the pre-diluted solutions that you would get. And they also, you can really proportion them to exactly how much you need, so you don't have chemicals that are going bad, so you don't waste money that way. Environmentally, they also make sense. You're never going to have one of these, the carton breaking while it's being transported and spilling out chemicals somewhere. But it's also the same thing as I was saying about the price, that you never find yourself spilling away chemicals that you made and then didn't need. So that's also better for the environment. Another great advantage to these tablets is that if you're traveling, you can take them with you really easily. Now, everybody's a little bit worried with the new scanners about traveling with undeveloped film. So if you want to develop your films when you're traveling with them, just take these tablets with you, and you can develop your black and white films, you know, right when in the same place that you shoot them. So these two tablets make 150 milliliters of solution. Or if you want to be economic, you can also make 300 milliliters of solution with just the two tablets. You just have a slightly longer developing time. So I'm going to be using this Jobo 1510 tank. It's very cute and tiny. It takes 135 millimeter film, and it's actually optimized for rotation, but I'm going to be doing a hand development today. For rotation, you only need 140 milliliters of solution. For the hand development, I need 250 milliliters. So that's one of the reasons I thought I'd try out the economy dilution. Now, Tetenal says that with the economy dilution, you can do a maximum of 2 films, 2 35 millimeter films with this amount of solution. And with the standard dilution, you could do 4 films. But our experience is that Tetenal is very conservative in what they promise. And so it's probably quite possible to do more than that number of films with that much solution. Here we have the next step up, as it were, at least in size, from Jobo, the 1520. And with this drum, you could do 2 35 millimeter films. For rotation, it would take 240 milliliters, but with hand development, it would need 485 milliliters. You can obviously use the Tetenal chemicals with Patterson tanks too. This tank here takes 290 milliliters, and with the economy development solution, like I'm going to do, which takes 1 set of tablets, then that would work very well with this drum. So, in addition to the Parvofin tabs, we also have the Superfix tabs. These do not come in sets. There's just the one big tablet in there. and one tablet will make 150 milliliters. Today I'm going to use 2 tablets because I need 300 milliliters for the tank, but that will also develop up to 6 films because you can reuse it, obviously, and again, Tetenal is always conservative, so you can probably get more than 6 films out of there if you want to. These Superfix tabs, they're actually just a fixer like any other fixer, so you can also use them for paper if you would like to. Developing times for the Parvofin tabs. I looked it up on the datasheet from Tetenal, which is very handy, and for the AGFA APX 100 and the economy dilution, it will be 8 minutes and 30 seconds. They recommend that you invert the tank constantly for the first 30 seconds and then once every 30 seconds after that. So about the Superfix time, since it's absolutely fresh today, I'm going to go at the short end of the recommended time, which is 3 to 5 minutes. So the next thing I have to do is go heat up some water to 50 degrees Celsius, that's about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, because these tablets, as cool as they are, they're not like effervescent, they don't go plop plop fizz fizz, so you have to heat up the water to make sure that they dissolve properly. Okay, so we have our Parvofin tabs, parts A and B here, and we have the water, which has been heated up to the right temperature and is being stirred by the handy dandy magnetic stirrer, so I guess we're ready to go. So now I have to wait for this to dissolve completely and then cool down a bit, but then we'll be ready to go. Okay, I'm all ready to go. Films wound in the tank. We've got pre-measured solutions, all of them 250 milliliters. The developer is all at the right temperature, 20 degrees Celsius, room temperature. Stop and fix are ready to go. I've got my timer, so we're off. So after 1 minute, agitate again. Ooh. Okay, there we go. And off with the fix. Have to agitate it. I can already get ready. Okay, here we go. So now we just have to give it a final rinse with the Jobo Cascade and dry it, and then we'll see what we have. The moment of truth. I'm excited. thoughts after having used these Tetenal tablets for the first time. Generally, it was super user-friendly. The information provided by Tetenal was all very clear. It's very easy to use with the tablets in pairs and in their own little bags and stuff like that. I really like the idea that it's very scalable, so I don't end up wasting chemicals. And the one thing I thought wasn't really easy was that you have to heat up the water and then wait for them to dissolve and also for the water to cool. So that takes a little bit of time. But honestly, you know, that's a very small inconvenience for all the other positives that you get with these tablets. I like the results. It was interesting working with this economy dilution and a very standard, readily available film, kind of an everyday shooting sort of situation. And compared to the standard dilution, which our colleague has done here, that was a little bit harder. So I actually like this dilution. I think it looks good, but that's always a matter of personal preference. So I would just encourage everybody to go out and give it a try. See what you think. Try some different times and different dilutions, and I don't really think you can go wrong. This is a super product with a 4-year plus shelf life of the tablets that you haven't used. So yeah, kudos to Tetenal.